Hello and welcome to the Raw Review. I am your host, Baron Von Comics. You might recognize me from my other channel, the Baron Von Comics Network. Well, welcome to my new wrestling channel. This is the kickoff show. This is the flagship podcast show, results show, all that fun stuff with the Raw Review. Basically, we'll be reviewing Raw every single week. Yep. Every single week. It'll be me, John Cena, and sometimes a guest. We'll always have the results of the matches scrolling down at the bottom. And basically, that's all you need to know visually. So, let's talk about how the format of the show is going to go. I'm going to go over the results of the Raw, and then we're going to go over some points of Raw that kind of concern me. You know, good, bad, and the ugly. And that's how we're going to do it. We're going to get a grade at the end. And then I'm going to see you next week. Well, actually not next week. The NXT review show will be on later this week also. So let's jump right into this. First match of the night. Raw opens up. Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Randy Orton defeat the Wyatt family in a 6-man tag. I come from watching wrestling at a time where a 6-man tag was important. It was like 3 guys and who you never thought team up, and 3 other guys who were antagonizing one person or 2 people finally get their comeuppance. But this seems to be a normal thing now with the WWE, especially with the Wyatt family. And this is not the spectacle it used to be. Even though I like Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, and I've actually turned on Roman Reigns. I'm really liking Roman Reigns now. This match just didn't do it for me. It could be the poor wrestling skills of Braun Strowman. Or I've just seen this too many times, this match, honestly. How many times are we going to see, the Wyatt family against Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose and mystery partner? It's just not something I look forward to anymore. So it's just not a good match in my opinion. It's a couple good spots, a couple good things happening, but nothing to really write home with. Our next match is really disappointing. It's Sheamus versus Neville, with Sheamus getting a win in 30 seconds. This doesn't do it for me. Even though Bad News Barrett, or King Barrett, was at ringside distracting Neville, so Sheamus could get the brogue kick in within 30 seconds and the pin. I'm a big Neville fan. I like Neville. High flyer, awesome stuff. And none of this really gets to be displayed with Sheamus. I find Sheamus to be a horrible worker. Someone who I can't see with the company in 5 years, and they're throwing money in the bank with him. I find that to be very disconcerting. I hate to say on a negative note here, but this match was really bad. 30 seconds, brogue kick, that was it. With the distraction of King Barrett, of course. I hope Neville switches feuds over and starts with Barrett. I love both those wrestlers, and it should be an interesting feud, but I can't see anyone working with Sheamus being a good thing. The next match was Natalya, who defeated Paige, and this was the match of the night for me. Even though the match after this featured my favorite wrestler right now, this was the highlight of Raw for me. Natty and Paige, both wonderful workers. This whole Divas Revolution, I'm all in with. And you have someone from the quote-unquote old school. I'm putting Natty in the old school category because she's been classically trained. She's been around for a while. And you have Paige, who has come up. Basically, she's been wrestling since she was like 12. Her family, big wrestling family in England. So this match really was good. It kept my attention. It made me want more Divas matches tonight. But Unfortunately, we did get one, and that wasn't very good. Now to the next match. We had my boy Kevin Owens against Sin Cara, and he defeated Sin Cara for a non-title match, of course. Sin Cara. Oh my god. Oh my god. Kevin Owens, I think the best male worker in the game right now, next to Seth Rollins. Both of these guys on their main show, amazing. To go back to the Saturday Night MSG special, when Kevin Owens wrestled Chris Jericho, oh my god. I actually suggest that you go back and watch that other than Raw. Watch the MSG special. Amazing. If you have the network, it is $9.99, as they say. Or I've heard once or twice from Michael Cole. But what can I say? Both Kevin Owens, great worker. I love watching Kevin Owens wrestle. So we're kind of on a roll here. We have 2 good matches in a row. So, of course, they have, quote-unquote, Citizen Kane, or Director of Operations Kane, and Seth Rollins against the Dudley Boys. That went to a no contest. I really think they're going to put the title on Kane. If you really want me to tell you how this works out, I think at Hell in a Cell, Kane beats Seth Rollins with some chicanery going on. And then Sheamus comes out and gets his Money in the Bank title. So we see Corporate Kane still on TV. We see Seth Rollins versus Sheamus for the title. And I think Seth Rollins will get the title back. And that's how it should pay out. But I don't know. WWE's having some trouble here on the main show, Raw. So, it went to a no contest. It's great to see the Dudley Boys. I'm a big Dudley Boys fan from the ECW days. I remember when there were 4 Dudley Boys. That's right, 4 Dudley Boys. But that's not the thing anymore. Poor Spike Dudley. I love Spike Dudley. So, this comes to the second Divas match. Team Bad against Team Bella, where Team Bad gets the win. This match should be called Team Bad against Team Worst. I just can't get into Team Bella at all. I just don't care. I just don't care about the Bella Twins, honestly. I know Alicia Fox, some eye candy, but just can't get into it. Sasha Banks is on Team Bad. I'm a big Sasha Banks fan. I can't wait for the 30-minute Iron Man match against Bayley. That's where she's going to shine. And I hope this Team Bad thing kind of falls apart and these factions of divas kind of fall apart. Because I don't think it's really worth it. And this leads us to the end of the wrestling card. John Cena, in the U.S. Open Challenge, defeats Big E. I love Big E. I think Big E's the best. So how this match kind of went through, John Cena comes out for his open challenge. You hear Dolph Ziggler's music, and you don't see Dolph Ziggler, which I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of sick of Dolph Ziggler, especially in those pants. He kind of looks like a diva. Oh, God. But he does. And then you see... oh, man. You see the New Day carry out Dolph Ziggler, beaten to a pulp, and Big E come for the challenge. Honestly, I don't lean either way towards Cena. I think he does a great job on what he does. He gets a reaction that he should be getting. His in-ring ability has improved tremendously. And, he's a good guy. All those Make-A-Wish he's granted, really. I defy you to say that John Cena is a bad man. But I would love to see Big E as U.S. champion, wouldn't you? The man can dance, first off. The man can sing, second off. and the man can do a belly drop. We'll talk about that later. So that was the Raw results. Now we're going to hit some of my opinions. First off, I want to make note that it's great having Natalya back. It was very noticeable, the absence of Natalya in the Divas division. Her match with Paige was the best of the night. Best of the night match. But the weird thing is the crowd wasn't into it. I don't know why. It was such a great match. And she's a great worker. I hope we see more from Natalya. There was a big injury with Tyson Kidd, her husband, but I hope that she gets back onto a somewhat normal schedule with the WWE. It's amazing. Second point, Seth Rollins making Deflategate jokes. I am a Patriots fan, so I'm a big Tom Brady fan. And Seth Rollins to tell Corporate Gain his balls are deflated made me laugh out loud. It was really funny. I was, just watching the show, and my lady was in the other room, and she just hears me cracking up. And I just screamed, Deflategate joke! Amazing! So, very happy. Seth Rollins is on his key. He's one of the best heels they have out right now. He's excellent. I think he is a great worker. Definitely in my top 5 of the month of August, and he looks September. I'm sorry, and looks like he's going to be in the top 5 again for October. More on that on a different show. Another point I want to make is, why is Stephanie coming out and giving Kane a title shot? The Demon Kane. He really didn't earn it. He just kind of popped out of nowhere and harassing Seth Rollins, which is really weird. This is really weird. I don't understand this work. I don't understand this storyline. It was kind of forced. We all know the history between Kane and Seth Rollins, but why give him a title shot? Just give him a regular match at Hell in a Cell. He doesn't earn the title. Who knows? Another great point. Another great wrestler today was during when. Wow, that was a tongue tie. One of my favorite wrestlers today. My fourth point is that Kevin Owens yelling at Kalisto during the match with Sin Cara, calling him, screaming, "Why is the 12-year-old has no business ringside?" Hilarious. The man can work. The man has a sense of humor. The man can use a mic. He is the total package, and I'm glad he is our Intercontinental Champion. I can't wait to see. He really, him and Ryback, as much as I hate Ryback, works, because Ryback's just really stupid and he does horrible promos and he doesn't work well. But Kevin Owens is the complete opposite to the extreme. So he's like the best guy. He's a big guy. I'm a big guy. We gotta look out for each other. Another one of my notes is that before the final segment, I was like, we need more New Day. That's what we need. We need more Big E. We need more Kofi. And we need more Xavier Woods. Up until that final segment, I was really sad. I was like, oh man, we didn't really get the New Day today. And they are perfect. Him and that trombone, he can't go wrong. Now to my last point, the greatness of Big E. Yes, the greatness of Big E. He has the best big man splash in the game, the best dance moves in the business, hands down. And I'm talking to you, Zack Ryder, Mojo Rawley. You got nothing on Big E. He deserves a 5 count for that. So overall, I'm giving Raw a C minus. Yeah, it just wasn't up. There was like some really high points and really, really low points. And the really low points really stuck out because there were 1 or 2 really great points. And they're like, why can't they have a whole show like this? And that's why I'm giving it a C+. I'm not failing it. I'm not giving it a D. It deserves a D, but I'm giving it a C-. for extra credit for the New Day save at the end of the day, end of the show. So that's excellent. It's not excellent. So let's talk about the problems WWE's having for a moment. Raw is scoring really low on the Nielsen ratings. I believe it was a 2.1 this week, and that's extremely low. The lowest they've gone was back in 1996, where they hit a 1.9, and that was when WCW was brutally beating them. Yeah. But before the Attitude Era, it was just brutal beatdown by WCW, and they scored a 1.9. So ratings is a big concern. And they're blaming Monday Night Football. And as someone who watches Monday Night Football and Raw, I could tell you that Monday Night Football is grabbing the 18 to 35. The PG era is grabbing children, and no one's watching. And it's due to poor writing, poor storytelling, and it's really sad that we have Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, all these guys who are excellent wrestlers, really giving it the whole Divas Revolution, giving it their all. And they should be getting more credit than 2.1. It's really sad, but what can you do? I want to thank you for joining me. This show was a little short. It'll be more fine-tuned in the future. We're going to have guests and stuff, so it's going to be excellent. So keep on watching. Keep subscribing to Let's Chat WWE, and I will see you next week on the Raw Report.